time after, he was busy writing down in precise sequence the entire 304,805 letters of the Torah. Interestingly, scholars have since found the Bible code present throughout the Old Testament. The question that jumps out at us is why? What could be the reason for requiring such a strict and difficult construction?
It is also part of the tradition that within the precise sequence of letters, there is encrypted information of a sort that only a divine hand could have placed there. However quaint and absurd that might seem, the tradition has a long and highly respected history. Nachmanides, one of the great Jewish sages, teaching in the 12th century, told his students that all of Israel's history could be found in Deuteronomy 32, commonly known as the Song of Moses. Another outstanding rabbi and teacher, who lived and died in the 13th century, Rabbi Bachya ben Asher of Saragossa, Spain, described a process whereby the skipping of equal intervals of letters in the Torah could lead to obtaining divinely ordained information. And in the 18th century, one of the greatest of the post-biblical sages, Elijah Solomon, known reverently as the Great One of Vilna, made the startling claim that all that was, is, and will be unto the end of time is included in the Torah.
And surprisingly, it is not only religious scholars who have searched the Torah for hidden messages. Some of the world's most notable scientists have searched for the coded information. Sir Isaac Newton served as provost of Cambridge University for many years and is generally regarded as the first modern scientist. He was also a firm believer in a biblical code.
Isaac Newton was certain there is a hidden code in the Bible. He desperately tried to find it. He learned Hebrew and spent more than half of his life searching for the Bible code. Most of the million or more words in Newton's own handwriting had nothing to do with mathematics or astronomy, but rather esoteric theology. It was clear from the writings that Newton believed that there was a prophecy of human history hidden in the Bible.
Newton was certain the Bible, in fact the entire universe, was, quote, a cryptogram set by the Almighty. But the secret of the Bible code, if indeed it existed at all, eluded the great scientist. Have modern scientists actually found the code? Can computers succeed where men have failed? How did the greatest tragedy in Jewish history set the stage for the scientific investigation of the Bible code? By the time of the Second World War, cryptanalysis, the art of making and breaking codes, was well on its way to becoming a science. A small group of Polish mathematicians had broken the supposedly unbreakable German Enigma code in 1934. When America entered the war, the fledgling U.S. Signal Corps, later the National Security Agency, was able to keep one step ahead of the code, giving Allied generals and admirals advanced knowledge of German strategy. But in order to keep up with a constantly mutating code, they had been forced to devise some means of making huge numbers of calculations. What they came up with was a huge mechanical calculator they called a computation machine. These computation machines made cryptanalysis a viable science. Meanwhile, Rabbi Michael Bar Weissmandl, a childhood Talmudic and mathematical prodigy in Czechoslovakia prior to World War II, survived the Holocaust and after the war emigrated to the United States. Weissmandl, while still a young man, had stumbled onto the notes of the 13th century Rabbi Bachya, suggesting that divine information could be derived from the Torah by means of skipping a specific interval